Hi, I'm Stephen Lai. I'm the founder of Super Developments and the creator of the CRM for Property Success program. We help property investors just like you secure more deals faster through using our proven systems. And over the next 15 minutes, I'd like to share with you how having the right systems, processes, and people in place can really transform your property business, making you more money and saving you a ton of valuable time. We'll be focusing on you and the things that you do every day in terms of finding and securing more deals. So let's get started. Whether you know it or not, this is all the stuff that you're currently doing in your business or about to start doing, and that is if you're super organized, whether you're finding deals for yourself or finding deals for others. But in reality, you're doing much, much more. There's the constant background noise, there's the personal stuff, the family commitments, all this stuff that you're trying to juggle. You run the risk of deals starting to fall through the cracks. And if you're not already overwhelmed, you soon will be when your business starts to grow. Getting things set up from the start will ensure you never have to experience the pain that most business owners go through. I don't want that to happen to you. There are three common challenges we see time and time again, whether you're in the startup phase or the scale-up phase of your business. Without the right systems, you're going to be disorganized. Without a clear process to follow, you're going to be winging it. And without any help, you're soon going to become overwhelmed. Combined, these three challenges mean that you're losing money, wasting valuable time. So let's take a look at what life is like without the right systems in place. Now, here are some of the telltale signs that you're disorganized. There's post-it notes on your computer, there's phone numbers and conversations scribbled on a piece of paper, a ton of browser tabs open on your laptop. You're trying to remember who you've just spoken to and what you need to do next. And that's in your organized office. But it's going to be a whole load more painful when you're out and about and all you've got is your phone in your back pocket. So let's take a look at all the stuff you need just to get one single deal across the line. There's the deal itself, the property address, the asking price, the strategy, your headline figures, like your return on investment and your refurb cost. And then there's a stack of documents. There's the photos from your viewings, floor plans, EPC reports, spreadsheets and analyzers, contracts, offer letters, investor packs, and some of these also might require signatures. So now you've got emails flying back here, flying back there, that you need to file away safely. And to pull all of this information together, you're having multiple conversations with a ton of people like your investor, the vendor, the estate agent, mortgage broker, solicitor, and all the members of your tower team. You're talking to people over the phone, via email, text messages, and also face-to-face. And the natural place to keep all this information is in your head. Now, you might feel that you don't need a system until you've secured a number of deals, but these are all the critical details that matter regardless of how many deals you're juggling. Now, let's scale that up. So maybe today you can handle 1 or 2 deals at a time, but can you manage 3, 4, maybe 5 deals? Unless you're super organized, it's going to easily become overwhelming. Life can get very messy very quickly. Does that sound familiar to you? Without the right systems in place, you're going to be running the risk of losing deals, limiting your growth, and wasting a ton of precious time. So how does a CRM help? Well, it gives you a home for everything related to your deals. The property details, documents, conversations, and people. They all live in one place, rather than here, there, and everywhere. Your CRM should be the brains in your business. Give your brilliant mind a rest. Let the CRM do the heavy lifting for you. Let it do the remembering. By capturing all your details, documents, conversations, and people in one place, they combine together to become your one version of the truth in your CRM. So let's take you through a demo of how you could use a CRM in a deal. So what does a deal opportunity look like when it's set up properly in a property CRM? Well, the first thing you notice is that everything is laid out and organized just the way you need it. You can see everything you need at a glance from top to bottom. What you want is everything in one place. all the deal details at a glance. They all have a home, no fumbling through spreadsheets. So let's look at each one of these sections. So on the high level summary, it gives you the most important information up front, the property address, the opportunity value. In the details section, you'll have the opportunity name, the location, opportunity value, the number of rooms, return on investment, purchase price, and so on. And if you need more details, well, guess what? They're just one click away. Every person involved in the deal needs to know what's going on. That might include the vendor, the agent, investor, mortgage broker, architect, planning consultant, and the list of the power team goes on. So if you need to get back in touch, you can pick up exactly where you left off. Likewise, if you've got all the documents attached to the deal, so no more digging around trying to find that floor plan or the EPC report or the photo to confirm that the roof is actually slanting, not flat. Everything is in one place. Finally, for every deal, you can easily see what you've done and what you need to do next. This is your deal's to-do list. So no more post-it notes or missing important reminders that might just get lost amongst the noise. Rather than hunting around in your email inbox or on your phone to find that all-important email that just does not want to be found. Instead, all your emails are here attached in your deal. So you can see at a glance who said what, when, and how. So let's take a look at what life is like without a consistent process in place. Now, you might come across as unprofessional, which is not ideal if you're attempting to attract investors. You might miss important steps because you're relying too much on that memory again. And you run the risk of losing deals because you're not consistent, which takes you longer to achieve your results, preventing you from scaling your business sooner. So how does the CRM help? Well, it gives you a structure, a framework to follow. It shows you at a glance the progress of each deal, what needs to happen next, the who, what, and the when, and reminders to follow up. It does all that for you with a pipeline. But what the heck is a pipeline? Well, a pipeline is a repetitive process that is broken down in a number of stages. And at each one of those stages, there are a set of activities. And the idea is that you complete each one of those activities before you move on to the next stage in the pipeline. And by doing so, you prevent any risk of critical information falling through the cracks. And here is an example of a pipeline and how a deal would progress through it, starting from the left and moving through to the right-hand side. Now, 90% of people don't use a pipeline. Instead, they wing it or rely on their memory far too much. And this is where the real power of a pipeline comes in. You've got a repeatable set of steps to follow, so no more winging it. And the more often you repeat the process, the more confident, polished, and professional you're going to become. It gives you a high view of how your business is performing. You can see at a glance the progress of each deal, what to focus your efforts on, and ultimately how much money each deal could be making you. Without a pipeline, you can't see any of this. It's probably a finger in the air, or maybe that gut feeling, or it may be that you've got to spend a ton of time pulling it all together from different places, and that is no way to run a profitable business. As the deal moves through the pipeline from one stage on to the next, tasks are automatically generated for you. The pipeline creates a framework. There's no need to think about what you have to do next. Just follow the pipeline to get the deal across the line faster. And in doing so, you've removed the risk of missing any important steps and saved yourself a ton of valuable time. So what does life look like when there's no one to help? Well, as business owners, we do too much ourselves. This is the main reason why businesses fail. As a business owner, we have an inability to let go of everything that we're doing because we believe it is quicker to do it ourselves, or it's cheaper to do it ourselves, or we just do it better ourselves. Until you get stuff off your plate, you'll be distracted, you'll often become overwhelmed, and the worst of all, it prevents you from focusing on your income generating tasks. So how does a CRM help? Well, by getting everything out of your head into a system, you've created your one version of the truth. Your CRM becomes the brains of your business. By putting everything you need to do within a pipeline, you've created a framework that anyone can follow. And by combining both of these missing parts of your business, the system and the process, you can outsource the grunt work and finally get it off your plate and start working on your business versus working in it. And this is where the power of the pipeline can really transform your business and also your life. By using a pipeline, you can start to identify what work you can get off your plate. Now, everything that's disappearing off the screen is work that you don't have to do yourself. By outsourcing your grunt work, you can save yourself hours of time on every deal. Time that you can be spending doing what you do best, which might be closing deals or developing those deep, meaningful relationships, or sitting on that beach, sipping on that pina colada. If you do this right, you'll put yourself in the top 5% of property investors. It's what you should be aiming for. Now, most people, they don't use pipelines, and most people, they don't outsource. But by combining the two, you're giving yourself a huge competitive advantage. 70% of the stuff that you're doing today, you can easily get off your plate. Now, the remaining stuff, well, that's the critical stuff that you should be focusing on. And this is how you can scale your business, by freeing up your time and focusing on your income generating tasks. And let's not forget what you really want to do with that extra time. Maybe it's cocktails on the beach, or it's more valuable family time. Time is the one true currency. Now, I'd like to share with you a story from one of our customers, Mark. And what Mark really wanted to do was to spend more time with his family and grow some organic vegetables.
I was getting quite a few leads coming in, and I hadn't any systems or processes set up, and I was getting to just a stage of overwhelm. Just there's so many points of contact in each deal that I was missing vital parts out, and my communication wasn't good, and I knew if I was going to continue in this business, then that had to be fixed. So I was winging it a lot, and I was leaving out. I was missing steps along the way, and every deal that was, or every lead. So now that's all eradicated. It's the steps are there each time. I follow the same steps, so I don't miss anything. I get reminders. There's no way I can miss it. And actually, as a knock-on effect from that, I'm improving every step of the way. Because I'm not winging it, I'm actually doing the same thing over and over again. So every time I do it, I'm actually getting better at it. My confidence is growing, and it's now showing on my close rate on deals. I was closing, I think it was like 1 in 20. I'm now down to like 1 in 8, which I hope to get it down to about 1 in 5, but sure, 1 in 8 I'll settle for.
So what a difference it's made for Mark's life. His communication with vendors, agents and investors has greatly improved. He's no longer, as he uses the phrase, winging it. Instead, he's following the same steps over and over, which has led to a greater confidence in terms of what he does every day as a property investor. But more importantly, he's more than doubled his close rate from 1 in 20 to 1 in 8, meaning he's also doubled his income by closing more deals in less time. But the real tasty result for Mark is that he's had being able to spend more time with his family and to grow his organic vegetables. And of course, those lead to tasty results, and Mark tells me they are super delicious. So we've got one question. Are you ready to get started? If so, click on the link in the email and book a solutions call with me right now. I'll share with you in a separate video the details of the CRM for Property Success program. I'd like to just wish you a super day. Take care.